Hi, my name is Jim Ross. I work in the film and television industry here in Atlanta, Georgia. And behind me is my 1987 Ford L8000 box truck. Now, in my industry, we call this a 5-ton grip truck because it carries 5 tons of gear that we use on a film and television set. But hold on, I'm not here to talk to you about my truck. I want to talk to you about my mechanic. Back in November of 2025, the clutch started slipping on this thing. But the film and television industry is in a slump right now, so I didn't have the money to get it fixed. So I put it off. Then I got booked for a feature film in January and February, so I needed to get my truck fixed. So I went to my current mechanic, and he couldn't fit me in for 2 months. So I went scouring the internet to find somebody who could get my truck fixed. So I found a place in Tucker. And I went over there and I talked to the guy, and he was leery about working on a 40-year-old truck, but he said he had the guy for me. And he introduced me to Rus, and I am so glad that he did. Rus dove into the job, and he just took it as a challenge to work on a truck that is older than he is. So first he adjusted the clutch, and that didn't solve the problem, so he said, it's a bad clutch, dude. And sure was, because you can see these pictures, that clutch was gone. He found a place that could get me the clutch because it's a 40-year-old truck. You don't find that at Advanced Auto Parts. I bought the clutch. I paid for the clutch, so there was no markup there. All I paid him for was the labor, which was considerable. I don't mean the amount he charged me. It was a lot of labor getting that thing in. Him and his assistant really, they broke a sweat in the cold putting this big monster transmission back in. But I thought he charged me a super reasonable fee. He got it done in a day. You know, here in a little thing, like the air brake lever on my dash had broken off, and I've been meaning to replace it. And he replaced it for me and didn't even charge me for it. He just saw it and did it. I mean, that's attention to detail. If the story had ended there, that'd be a great story, but the story doesn't end there. I got on set, and on week 2, the truck died on set and wouldn't start. It was 2 o'clock in the morning, so I got a ride home. I called Rus first thing in the morning, and even though he was working on 2 other trucks, he jumped in his mobile unit, drove to me, and he spent 2 hours in that engine compartment, flushing out lines, bleeding air, whatever he was doing, and even talking sweet to her. And he got her started. He got us, and I was back in business. I was so excited that I filmed this video on the spot. All right, here he is, the man who has saved my ass twice in the last 30 days. Twice in the last 30 days. Fixed my clutch so I could get the gig. Got the gig, had trouble last night, came out in less than 24 hours. You hear that beautiful sound of that diesel running. Thank you, sir. You are the man. You are the man. He is the man. And it gets better. He charged me less to come out and fix the truck than it would have cost me to have it towed to my other mechanic who didn't give mobile service. So, I mean, now just knowing that no matter where I am, if something happens to this beautiful truck that just happens to be 40 years old, that I can call Rus and he will come and he will save my butt. And that makes me sleep better at night. You know, this truck is a part of my business. People hire me as a director of photography or as a lighting designer, but they also hire me because I bring this truck full of gear. If my truck's not running, I'm not in business. It is a industry truck. It is built specifically to hold film and television equipment. So I need my truck to be running and on the road. And having somebody like Rus makes it so that I can be doing that, and I don't have to worry about that at all. In fact, I'm so impressed with him that I'm doing this video, and he's not paying me to do it. I'm doing it because I wanted to, because he's such a great resource that I want to tell everybody who has a truck, a diesel truck, and to come out and he'll take care of you, or he will come to you and take care of you. And it's not just old trucks. He's got the technology to do the other stuff. I just don't have that kind of technology in this truck. But if you need somebody to do diagnostic stuff, he's got all that gear too, because I've seen him do it. You need a mechanic that you can count on, that you can trust, and then he's not going to rip you off. I mean, isn't that what we want in a mechanic? Someone we can trust, does great work, won't rip us off? Yeah, so there he is. Call Russ. Just do it. And I gotta get back on set, so. All right, stand by everybody, pictures up. Let's roll sound. Rolling camera, mark it.
Scene 44, take 2.
All right, come on out. Everybody stand by.